أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الذين يجادلون في آيات الله بغير سلطان أتاهم إن في صدورهم إلا كبر ما هم ببالغيه فاستعذ بالله إنه هو السميع البصير لخلق السماوات والأرض أكبر من خلق الناس ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون وما يستوي الأعمى والبصير والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات ولا المسيء قليلا ما تتذكرون صدق الله العظيم. These are ayat from Surat Ghafir, the ayah number 56, 57 and 58. In the ayah number 56, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يُجَادِلُونَ فِي آيَاتِ اللَّهِ, those who are disputing about the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those who dispute about the signs of Allah, but بِغَيْرِ sultan, they do not have a sound argument, they do not have any authority, they do not have any proof, no justification for their theories against the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are only speaking, only words. إِنْ هِيَ إِلَّا أَسْمَاءٌ سَمَّيْتُمُوهَا أَنْتُمْ وَآبَاءُكُمْ. These are only names. You and your fathers produced them. You do not have a real proof for your theories against the monotheistic belief, against the belief that there is only one God who is in control of all things. They didn't receive بِغَيْرِ سُلْطَانِ أَتَاهُمْ, they didn't receive any authority from Allah. It shows you, as we mentioned in the previous lecture, that all the sultans, all the proofs, all the knowledge comes from the Creator Himself. He is the one who created everything, and He is behind everything. So He can give you knowledge, He can give you authority to do something, He can permit you to do something, and He can make you success in doing that. So all the things comes from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No one can produce a knowledge, no one can produce by himself a proof. So they didn't receive any proof from the Creator. And it doesn't mean only the proofs comes over the revelation. They do not have any kind of proof. Even the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the earth or in the heavens, they do not have any signs, regardless the Quran and regardless the revelation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. إِن فِي صُدُورِهِمْ إِلَّا كِبْرٌ, Allah Azza wa Jal said, they do not have in their chests except pride. They do not have any knowledge. They do not have any logical thinking in their chests. إِن فِي صُدُورِهِمْ إِلَّا كِبْرٌ. There is only a pride against the only one God, against the Creator, and against the truth. إِن فِي صُدُورِهِمْ إِلَّا كِبْرٌ. They are too proud to follow the truth. It's their arrogancy who prevents them from the truth and nothing else. إِن فِي صُدُورِهِمْ إِلَّا كِبْرٌ مَا هُمْ بِبَالِغِهِ. But this pride and their arrogancy they will not reach it, they will not have it, they will not be able to live it. So there is only a short time, they will refuse the truth because of their arrogancy, but then they will lose that arrogancy, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will chastise them, will take them in His punish. Inna batsha rabbika lashadid. So they will not have their arrogancy, and their pride will mean nothing. Ma hum bibalighi. So if you do not have something everlastingly, then you do not have that thing, because it will be taken from you. It's not for you. You only will have it for a moment, or for an hour, or for a year, but then you will lose it. So it's not for you. Their pride is they are doing something because of out of their pride, but Allah Azza wa Jal says ma hum bibalighi. They will never be able to leave that pride. And even in this world, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not let them to leave that pride. That pride only useful for them to refuse the truth, and it will not be useful for them to have a name in this world and to have an authority in this world. Like Fir'aun couldn't live that authority. After Moses came to him, he struggled with the ayat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then at the end, after a while, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala took him in drowning in the sea, and he died over there. And at the moment when he felt that he is going to die, he said, I believed in the God of Moses. So the angels came to him and took him in humiliation. He couldn't leave that pride, and died because of the commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ma hum bibalighi. They will never have it. Fasta'idh billah. So take the lesson from their state and from their circumstances, and seek refuge in Allah from being like these people. Ask forgiveness and seek refuge with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save you from being like these people, because they are the people whom Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hate them. كبر مقتا عند الله وعند الذين آمنوا الذين يجادلون في آيات الله بغير سلطان أتاهم كبر مقتا عند الله. They are the same people. Allah Azza wa Jal says it's greatly hateful in the sight of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. People who dispute about the ayat, about the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, about the signs that there is only one God, but without any sound proof, and actually they do not have any proof. So it's greatly hateful, their position inside of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it is the most hateful state, and we should seek refuge with Allah Azza wa Jal from being in such a case. Fasta'idh billah. First of all, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded His Prophet from being from some of them, and it encourages us to seek refuge with Allah Azza wa Jal from being like these people who struggles for the falsehood and try to refute the truth. Fasta'idh billah. It's very, very hateful state, and Allah Azza wa Jal asked us, commanded us to seek refuge with Him from being in such difficult and hateful situation. Fasta'idh billah. إنه هو السميع البصير. Indeed, it is He who is the all-hearer, هو السميع, and the all-al-basir, the all-seer. Allah Azza wa Jal is the one who can see everything, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who can hear everything. Wherever you speak, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala hears you. Wherever you are, Allah Azza wa Jal hears you. So therefore you can make a dua to Him. You can call upon Him, because He can hear you, and He can see you, and He can help you. Otherwise, when you make dua to anyone else, you want to say that this man or this thing, this idol or this anything or anyone can hear me wherever I am, like Allah, and can see me wherever I am, like Allah, and can help me, like Allah. So making dua meaning many things, and it's very difficult and it's very dangerous to call the others in their absence, like calling Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Innahu huwa as-sami'ul alim. In this ayah, Allah Azza wa Jal, I think that He wants to say to us, arrange yourself and have your sincerity, be sincere, because you are before the ayat, before the signs of Allah Azza wa Jal. If you deny them just because you want to live some of your desires, if you deny them while you know that they are the truth, be sure that Allah is aware about you. He sees you and He hears you. He knows your innermost thoughts. Innahu alimun bidhat as-sudur. So change yourself. It's not important that you convince the people. You should convince Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the one who hears you. You should convince yourself. If you convince yourself, then go ahead. Go ahead. Be sure that Allah Azza wa Jal will reward you if you convince yourself. But if you couldn't convince yourself, do not coerce yourself in order to make the falsehood as truth for yourself. And actually in this ayah, Allah Azza wa Jal says that it is their arrogancy. So in themselves, they are clear. They see plainly themselves that they are rejecting the truth, just because they do not want to humiliate before Allah Azza wa Jal themselves, before Allah Azza wa Jal. They do not want to humble themselves before Allah Azza wa Jal, just because that reason, their pride. So they are sure about themselves that the Creator dislikes them. So no one here or there who is not sure about the truth and do not know what he choose, and Allah Azza wa Jal will put him in hellfire and he was innocent in his life. No, Allah Azza wa Jal makes everyone clear about the truth, and He shows them His ayat, and He arranged everything for them in so that they can make their choice, and so that they can have their responsibility, and so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the end can account them for their actions. Let's move on to the ayah number 57. لَخَلْقُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Indeed, the creation of the heavens and the earth. أَكْبَرُ مِنْ خَلْقِ النَّاسِ. It's interesting ayah in Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that the creation of the heavens and the earth is greater than the creation of the humans. I think if you ask anyone, any Muslim who do not read Quran, is the creation of the humanity greater, or the creation of the mountains, or of the earth, or like in the ayah of the heavens and the earth? I think that he may answer you that the creation of the humanity is greater. But Allah Azza wa Jal says, لَخَلْقُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ أَكْبَرُ مِنْ خَلْقِ النَّاسِ. The creation of the heavens and the earth is greater than the creation of the humanity, of the humans. And there is ayah in Quran says, مَا خَلْقُكُمْ وَلَا بَعْثُكُمْ إِلَّا كَنَفْسٍ وَاحِدَةٍ. Your creation, all humanity entirely, is like a creation of single human being. إِلَّا كَنَفْسٍ وَاحِدَةٍ. Your creation and your resurrection, مَا خَلْقُكُمْ وَلَا بَعْثُكُمْ إِلَّا كَنَفْسٍ وَاحِدَةٍ. There is no difference between creating all humanity and creating one human being, and resurrecting all humanity and resurrecting one human being. Allah Azza wa Jal says that it's the same. مَا خَلْقُكُمْ وَلَا بَعْثُكُمْ إِلَّا كَنَفْسٍ وَاحِدَةٍ. So it's very easy to Allah Azza wa Jal. But the creation of the heavens and the earth is greater than the creation of humans. It doesn't mean that the creation of the heavens and the earth more difficult. Allah Azza wa Jal says it's greater than the creation of the humans. He didn't say that it's more difficult. It's greater than the creation of the heavens and the earth, because there is no difficult to Allah Azza wa Jal. أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا أَنَّ اللَّهَ الَّذِي خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ وَلَمْ يَعْيَ بِخَلْقِهِنْ. Didn't they see that? Look, didn't they see that? So we should saw it till now, because it's already happened. It's Allah Azza wa Jal is not talking about something will happen in the future. It already happened. The heavens and the earth already created. You can see them. Didn't they see the creation of the heavens and the earth? It's very important. Something happened and we can see and realize it. And we are trying to realize it. From the beginning, all the humans try to understand the system in the universe and the system in earth and the system in our body. And we all know that there is system in every single thing in this universe. So it's already clear that there is a science, there is a knowledge, there is an intelligence behind this universe. It cannot be happened randomly. The Creator already showed us His power. The Creator already showed us His knowledge. وَلَقَدْ عَلِمْتُمُ النَّشْأَةَ الْأُولَى فَلَوْلَا تَذَكَّرُونَ. Indeed, you have already known the first creation. أَفَلَا تَذَكَّرُونَ. Why don't you take the lesson from the first creation? It's already clear there that Allah has all the power, that the only one God has all the knowledge, and He is very powerful, and He can create يَخْلُقُ مَا يَشَاءُ, whatever He wills. It's already proven. أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا أَوَلَمْ يَنْظُرُوا إِلَى مَا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا إِلَى مَا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا كَيْفَ خَلَقَ اللَّهُ أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا أَنَّ اللَّهَ الَّذِي خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. There is many ayat in this topic in Quran, so I confused them. Allah Azza wa Jalla says أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا إِلَى مَا خَلَقَ اللَّهُ أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا كَيْفَ خَلَقَ اللَّهُ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ وَلَمْ يَعْيَ بِخَلْقِهِنْ. Didn't they see how Allah Azza wa Jal created the heavens and the earth, and He was not wearied? وَلَمْ يَعْيَ بِخَلْقِهِنَّ, by their creation. Allah Azza wa Jal didn't weary. وَلَمْ يَعْيَ بِخَلْقِهِنَّ, He didn't fail. It wasn't difficult for Him. وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا السَّمَاءَ وَالْأَرْضَ فِي 6 أَيَّامٍ وَمَا مَسَّنَا مِنْ لُغُوبٍ. We created them in 6 days. وَمَا مَسَّنَا مِنْ لُغُوبٍ. And no weariness touched us. وَمَا مَسَّنَا مِنْ لُغُوبٍ. So Allah Azza wa Jalla says, وَلَمْ يَعْيَ بِخَلْقِهِنَّ قَادِرٌ عَلَىٰ أَنْ يُحْيِيَ الْمَوْتَى بَلَى إِنَّهُ عَلَىٰ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. If you look at the creation of the heavens and the earth, you can take the lesson and you can produce the knowledge, the science that the one who created them, the heavens and the earth, which is bigger than the creation of the humanity, can recreate the human being, can resurrect them. وَلَمْ يَعْيَ بِخَلْقِهِنَّ بِقَادِرٍ عَلَىٰ أَنْ يُحْيِي الْمَوْتَى بَلَى إِنَّهُ عَلَىٰ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. Rather, He is over everything. He has the power over everything. Namely, He can do whatever He will. He has the power, He has the control over everything. He only says to them, be, إِنَّمَا أَمْرُهُ إِذَا أَرَادَ شَيْئًا. If when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will something, He only says, أَن يَقُولَ لَهُ كُن بِي فَيَكُونَ, and it happens. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is the one who created the heavens and the earth. And the creation of the heavens and the earth greater than the creation of the humanity. So Allah Azza wa Jal, it's already proven that subhanahu wa ta'ala can create the humans, and He created many things greater than the humans, so He can resurrect them. وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. This is the logical reflecting on this issue. But Quraysh refused the resurrection, although they acknowledged that the only one God created the heavens and the earth. They acknowledged something greater than the creation of the humans, and they refused the resurrection of the human being again. So where is the logical thinking in this matter? You are accepting the Creator and His creation, which is much bigger than the creation of humanity, and then denying the creation, the resurrection of the humanity. And this is an argument from Allah Azza wa Jal against them. Indeed, the creation of the heavens and the earth is greater than the creation of the humanity. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to look at them. Look and see that the one who created the stars, the billion of stars, and assigned for them a position, a state, and an orbit. فلا أقسم بمواقع النجوم وإنه لقسم لو تعلمون عظيم. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, I make oath about the state, about the position of the stars. And if you know, it is very big oath, because of these stars reflecting the knowledge of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with their situations and how big they are, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala controlling them all. He created them all. So look at them and you will understand soon that the one who created them can create you and can recreate you and can resurrect you, can do whatever He will. It's already proven. You can see what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created, and you can understand from there the creation of Allah Azza wa Jal and the knowledge of only one God and how He controls everything. وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. This ayah, the ayah number 57, ends with this wording. But most of the humans, most of the people لا يعلمون, do not make علم, do not make research. لا يعلمون, it's more than do not know. Do not know sometimes means that someone couldn't reach that knowledge and he is unaware about that knowledge. So he is innocent about that. But لا يعلمون means do not receive the knowledge, do not make research, making علم. So the opposite of this action is keeping yourself away from knowledge in order to not confront the knowledge. And this is jahala. Jahila, who means he has seen him but didn't want to confront him, so he made himself as if he didn't saw him. This is jahala. So it's not something innocent, it's a crime. Being jahil and remaining as a jahil is crime, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala invites you to knowledge and sends upon you His signs and makes the truth in your sight plain. So there is no excuse for human being to remain as a jahil. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent down His messengers, and the ayats comes over us from every side. We cannot deny the truth, and we cannot remain ourselves as without knowledge. We have not the right to keep ourselves far away from the knowledge. And if someone cannot reach the knowledge because of his state or because of his circumstance, be sure that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will bring the knowledge to him, because He will arrange every requirement for this life, for the test in this life. In order to, He will prepare everything, because that human being should make his choice by his free will, and he should know the truth when he makes his choice. Otherwise, he will make his choice without knowing the truth, and he will be excused before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah, He do not ask anyone, لا يكلف الله, and He do not charge anyone, He do not task anyone something that He didn't give him. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا ما أتاها. So here, most of the people do not know. It's not only that meaning, do not making ilm, do not want to know, do not make research about this issue, because they have already bent themselves that they do not want to accept the Creator. They have a solid prejudice against the truth. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the truth clear in their sight, and they are throughout their life struggling with the truth, struggling with themselves in order to not know the truth. This is their way. وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. And what's a pity that most of the people in this state, most of the people wants to live his life without thinking about it, without thinking who created him, without thinking who made him. How can anyone want to deny the one who made him, and not to want to think about it? They only want to live their desires, to achieve their desires and pleasure in this life. And they are not thinking that this life is going to an end, and we are all going back, returning back to our Creator. All the people before us had died, and we are surely will die. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will cause us to death. So we should think about ourselves. We should use the faculties that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted us. We should think, we should look, and we should observe, we should hear, we should listen. These all named by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in this ayah, making ilm, gathering the database, gathering the knowledge and thinking about it. How can you gather knowledge? By looking, by hearing, and then thinking about it, asking the others. This is the way of ilm. This is the way of certain knowledge, but without any prejudice. And you should be opened for every kind of result. You should be open, you should be ready to acknowledge every kind of result. And at the same moment, you should ask your Creator to help you and to make you success in acknowledging the truth. This is the way of ilm. Most of the people do not make this. Most of the people want only to live their life without thinking about it and without think even about the first question: who made this life? وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. Let's move on to the ayah number 58. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَا يَسْتَوِي الْأَعْمَى وَالْبَصِيرُ. And not equal are the one who is blind, وَمَا يَسْتَوِي الْأَعْمَى وَالْبَصِيرُ, and those who see. They will not be same, they will not be equal, and in this life they are not equal. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not talk about the blind man who is really blind. No, He talks about the one who makes himself blind. قَدْ جَاءَكُمْ بَصَائِرُ مِنْ رَبِّكُمْ. Indeed, you have received the clarities from your Lord. فَمَنْ أَبْصَرَ. So who sees them, فَلِنَفْسِهِ, it's for his benefit. وَمَنْ عَمِيَ, and who he make himself as if he is blind, namely he who do not look at them. وَمَنْ عَمِيَ فَعَلَيْهَا. It's the result, the consequences will be against himself. So seeing or being blind in these ayats towards the truth. Someone wants to learn the truth. He is a sighted man. He looks for everything, and he is going after the truth. He asks everyone, he listens to everyone, and first of all, there is a bond between him and his Creator. He asks him for guidance. Oh my Creator, guide me. This is the sighted man, the one who sees. Blind man, this man do not want to learn the truth, and whenever he confront with the truth, he flee from it. He keeps himself far away from the truth. This is the blind man. Allah Azza wa Jal says they are not equal. وَمَا يَسْتَوِي الْأَعْمَى وَالْبَصِيرُ. They are not equal, and you cannot expect that they will be equal in hereafter. Allah Azza wa Jal will reward the seer one, and He will punish the blind one, because Allah Azza wa Jal granted him many abilities, many faculties, but he cancelled them. He didn't look, he didn't listen, he closed himself for the truth, so he is the blind one, and Allah Azza wa Jal will punish him. إِنَّ السَّمْعَ وَالْبَصَرَ وَالْفُؤَادَ كُلُّ أُولَٰئِكَ كَانَ مَسْئُولًا. Your eyes and your ears and your heart, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will ask you about them. You are responsible for them. Whatever blessing we have, Allah Azza wa Jal will take us to account about them. وَلَا تُسْأَلُنَّ يَوْمَئِذٍ عَنِ النَّعِيمِ. For example, He will ask, I have granted you eyes. Why didn't you look for the truth? Why didn't you use them in sound manner? I have given you ears. Why didn't you use them in sound manner, in useful way? I have given you brain. I have given you heart. Why didn't you use them? How can you deny them? How can you cancel them? You did have sufficient abilities in order to confront me, and in order to understand me, realize me, and in order to acknowledge that there should be a creator who created the heavens and earth. Why didn't you go this way? Whatever ni'mah, whatever favor, whatever blessing we have, it means there is responsibility. And it's natural in this life also. If your boss gives you some opportunity, it means that he gives you some responsibilities beside that opportunity. So, إن السمع والبصر والفؤاد كل أولئك كان عنه مسؤولا. You cannot follow anyone blindly, because ولا تقف ما ليس لك به علم. You cannot make yourself blind man, and so follow the others, just imitating them. Allah Azza wa Jal says, no, you cannot do that. إن السمع والبصر. You should weigh yourself by yourself and understand by yourself. First of all, you should believe that you have these abilities and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted everyone with these abilities. So let everyone make his choice by his free will. We can advise each other to be sincere in that choice, but we cannot coerce the other, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't coerce them. وَلَوْ شَاءَ رَبُّكَ لَآمَنَ مَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ جَمِيعًا أَفَأَنْتَ تُكْرِهُ النَّاسَ حَتَّى يَكُونُوا مُؤْمِنِينَ. If Allah willed, He should coerce them, but He didn't coerce them. Will you coerce them in order to be believers? فَلَا تَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الْجَاهِلِينَ. Be not among those who are ignorance. If you do not know that everyone in this life have the free will, and Allah is the one who granted him this will in order to make his free choice, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will chastise, will punish him, or will reward him for his free choice, then you are one of the ignorant. وَمَا يَسْتَوِي الْأَعْمَى وَالْبَصِيرُ. So if everyone is free, and the one who looks for the truth and use the abilities which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala given him, he is not equal with the one who do not use them, like the blind one. وَمَا يَسْتَوِي الْأَعْمَى وَالْبَصِيرُ وَالَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. So there is no way to understand that this ayah talks about the blind one, or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala scorned them. No. فَإِنَّهَا لَا تَعْمَى الْأَبْصَارُ وَلَكِنْ تَعْمَى الْقُلُوبُ الَّتِي فِي الصُّدُورِ. Allah Azza wa Jalla says they are not blind. Blind in eyes is not real blind. فَإِنَّهَا لَا تَعْمَى الْأَبْصَارُ وَلَكِنْ تَعْمَى الْقُلُوبُ الَّتِي فِي الصُّدُورِ. In reality, the hearts blinds. The heart's blind, and this is the real blind. In the blindness in eyes, it doesn't mean anything. Allah subhanahu, if that person looks for the truth, use his eyes, reads and hears, and he is sincere to learn the truth and to acknowledge them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will convey the truth to him. It will not prevent him from reaching the truth. And if it in reality prevent him, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will not ask him, will not take account him for something that he couldn't reach. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا ما أتاها. And there is another ayah, subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمَنْ أَعْرَضَ عَنْ ذِكْرِي فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكَ وَنَحْشُرُهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ أَعْمَى. Whoever denies my signs, my remembrance, everything remember me, whoever denies them, include the revelation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and other ayats. If someone denies them in order to not remember Allah azza wa jal, فَإِنَّ لَهُ مَعِيشَةً ضَنْكَ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, for him there is a difficult life. Even if he is a rich man, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make his life difficult. وَنَحْشُرُهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ أَعْمَى. And in hereafter, we will resurrect him as a blind man. وَنَحْشُرُهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ أَعْمَى. He will say, oh my God, why did you resurrect me as a blind man? وَقَدْ كُنْتُ بَصِيرًا. I was as a seer. قَالَ كَذَلِكَ أَتَتْكَ آيَاتُنَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, thus our ayat came to you in your life, فَنَسِيتَهَا. You forgot them, you denied them, you didn't want to see them, so we made you blind here, as you preferred in your life. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم ولسائر المؤمنين. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا واخطأنا، ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا، ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به، واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا، أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.